The Osun State Chief Judge Justice Oyebola Ojo has declared that Dr. Ramon Adedoyin, owner of Hilton Hotel Ile-Ife, where Timothy Adegoke OAU postgraduate student was allegedly killed, that he was culpable of murder. Now, joining us to give us more reports on that is Shino Abubakar, our correspondent in Oshogo. Hello, Shino.
Yes, Damilola, the judge has completed the judge. She has completed the judgment. She has moved beyond just finding him culpable of murder. She has actually convicted him of murder. Him, and two other of his workers. He was convicted on 9 count charges: conspiracy to commit murder, unlawful killing of Timothy Adedoyin, tampering with his body, unlawful interference with the deceased body, attempt to manufacture evidence, attempt to tampering of evidence, and 6 other offenses like that. And while she was reading her judgment, she said that Timothy was killed in his prime, and that although the evidence before the court is not direct evidence, circumstantial evidence, but putting all the evidences together, it shows that Adedoyin is culpable of murder, and she so convicted him of murder. In fact, she went ahead to sentence him to death by hanging on count 2, that is unlawful killing of Timothy Adegoke. She also sentenced him to 10 years imprisonment for conspiracy to commit that murder. She sentenced him to 5 years imprisonment for tampering with his body. She also convicted him to 10 years imprisonment for allegedly for imposing extrajudicial oaths on some of his workers to conceal the death. Also, the court also freed 3 of the defendants: Magdalene Chimfuna, who is the second defendant, who also first detected the death, the body of Timothy Adegoke in the hotel room 305 on the 7th of November 2021. She frees her. She also frees the auditor who checked the details of the book where the name of the disease was concealed. She frees him, and she also frees one other defendant who was said to be just in that area by circumstances, but not in any way found guilty of any of the offenses. Besides that, 3 other, the 7th defendant, that's Esther. Esther was also convicted of lying to the court by trying to replace the receipt with which Timothy Adegoke was lodged in. However, the defense counsel and also the prosecuting counsel with the court tamper justice with mercy, because if not for her role, all of these incidents would not have been eventually revealed to the whole world. She eventually told the investigating police team that the original receipt that she authored was on her phone, and she showed them the picture of the phone. She eventually revealed the series that the guy actually lodged, the disease actually lodged in their hotel, and so many other details that eventually led them to connecting Rahman Adedoyin to the murder. The court also declared the son of the owner of the hotel, that is the MD of the hotel, that is Rahim Adedoyin. The court declared him wanted and ordered Interpol to be on his trail in whichever part of the world he also found, and that besides that, the court also went further to rule that the children of the deceased their education should be funded from the proceeds of the estate of Dr. Rahman Adedoyin and 2 other persons that were found of killing him. This is the premises of the court. The convicts are still inside the court. They are yet to be taken out of the court. Reporters are there waiting to catch a glimpse of the convict when they are being led out of the court. And the the prison vehicle that will convey them out to the prison is also here on standby. So everybody is still in the courts. People are still waiting to have a last glimpse of Dr. Rahman Adedoyin when he's being led outside the court. However, a twist to the event was when the pronouncement was done. He raised up his hand and he was given the microphone and told the court that God bear him witness. God, judge of all judges, knows that he never killed anyone. He did not send anybody to kill anyone, and that judge is always his witness. To which the chief judge answered that it is an alibi after the judgments.
All right, can you tell us what was the reaction of
Hello.
those in the in the court when the pronouncement was made?
Yes, it's so unfortunate. There was a woman, probably a mother of one of his workers, who actually created sin. She was shouting around that son must not be killed. He did not commit any offense. He is not a staff of Rahman Adedoyin. He's not working in the hotel. However, nobody was actually paying much attention to her, except that she was escorted outside of the courtroom. Also, some of the relatives, the wives of Dr. Rahman Adedoyin, was actually in the court. She actually maintained her calm at a corner inside the court till the pronouncement, and even after the pronouncement, the man is still inside the court, and she has not shown any type of overreaction. But the entire mood in the court, even some police officers, when they had the pronouncement of death by hanging, had to put their hand on their head in sort of surprise that they can get that kind of pronouncement. But so far, so good. The court premises is calm, fully secure. There are police all around the court premises, the entrance and in and outside the court premises to maintain law and order.
All right, have the family of Adedoyin spoken? Have they talked about if the case will be appealed, the case will be appealed or not?
Actually, none of the family is yet to grant an interview. Also, the lawyers, the senior advocate that do actually represent Adedoyin was not in court today, but some of the other lawyers, junior lawyers, were in court. They are yet to also leave the courtroom. And the family lawyer, actually, one barrister, Williams, is also yet to leave the courtroom. So most of them are still within the courtroom. Except for, there is barrister Fatima Adeshino, who's standing for Femi Falana SAN. She's the one in the court, and we may hardly link her up for the interview any time from now. She's actually on the call.
All right, thank you very much, Shina Abubakar, for that wonderful, report. And we hope to hear from you soon.
Maybe I can bring her on if I seek her permission now. Can you hold on for that?
Yes,
please?
okay, I can hold on. Let's give you some minute then.
Mr. Fatima, my name is Shina Abubakar from newspaper. If you don't mind, live interview 2 or 3 minutes. Just 1 minute. Just one more. I'm sorry, just one. And one question.
So what do you think?
Your reaction to the judgment?
My reaction, I don't want to be seen as floating over a conviction or something. But
sorry, ma'am.
My position is that the judgment, the justice has been well served in the case. That's my position. The death of the late Timothy is no longer in vain from what we have seen today. Obviously, some of the defendants, particularly the third or fifth defendant, who had earlier admitted in the open court, in the full glare of all, that they evacuated the dead body of the deceased and dumped same the refuse site. The courts in the judgment seem to have convicted them for the various offences, especially for conspiracy to commit murder and for murder. So that's my position is simple. I know and I confirm today that justice has been done.
Do you anticipate the other party going to appeal court?
I cannot speak for them. Obviously, I cannot because I am not the lawyer representing any of the defendants. But the court gave them when the first defendant was seen to have said something to the court this morning or this that. So the court said they can say whatever he wants to say at the appeal court. So it is their right, their constitutional right. They can exploit it.
You appeal on behalf of the second defendant.
I did not appeal.
So that is Mr. Fatima. That is her. So far so good. We're still waiting for the convicts, the other defendants to leave the court. I also believe that the prison officials are waiting for possible inside the courtroom.
All right, thank you, Shina Abubakar, for that report.
Hello.
Hello, can you hear me? And that's our correspondent, Shina Abubakar from Oshogbo. He just spoke to us
Thank you.
about the sentence of.
I can hear you.
All right. Thank you very much for that lovely report. Yes, Osun State High Court has found that the popular hotel owner, Dr. Ramon Adedoyin, guilty in the murder case of Timothy Adegoke, a former master student of the Bafemi Awolowo University, Ile-Ife, whose death occurred between November 5 and 7, 2021 at Hilton Honors Hotel, Ile-Ife. Join us later on as we'll be giving you updates on this report. I'm Damilola.